I can't see that.
Hey Pierre, how you going, mate?
Hey, mate.
I got something for you. I got
What?
you a gift.
What have you got?
It's a gift.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, let's have a look. Wow, okay. It's a big box. What's going on? So what do you got, mate? What's... Oh. Well, hang on. What's going on here? This is Cornelius in handwriting.
Nah,
Are you trying to pull a Swifty, mate?
nah, I didn't.
No? Okay, let's have a look. Hang on. This is from Sentry Water Filters. This is these guys sent this to me. I spoke to these guys and they sent this to me. You didn't buy this. This isn't a gift. Oh, mate, why are you lying to me? Let's see what's inside. What have we got? Oh, okay. It's a whole filter system from Sentry. Wow. Look at that. It's got everything. Looks like I'm going to be setting this up today.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I wanted to give you something, but I didn't realise that you ordered it.
Even if you didn't give it to me, mate, it's a good present if you've thought of it. Sorry, I didn't mean to pick on you, but you do drink a lot of beer, mate. All right, well, let's go set this up. Firstly, I would like to thank the guys at Sentry Water Filters. They were kind enough to give me this filter free of charge. They are offering you guys a 10% discount as well, so look in the link below for that. You might be able to get a bit of a deal. I did a lot of emails out to local companies around Australia, and these guys are the ones that answered back. So this is why I'm doing this video. They didn't call me. I actually approached them for it because I've been listening to you guys and you're all saying to me the same thing. You need to filter your water properly. I mean, I use my charcoal filter from the mains into the brewing system and it works a treat. It just takes away a lot of the chlorine. It doesn't take away any of the minerals and all the other little bits that are in the water. I mean, it's not harmful to us to drink, but it affects the flavour of your beer or your wine or your extract or whatever you're making. But this is a better way to clean your water out and start with completely neutral water, and you can add whatever you like to it. If you're doing all grain brewing, it'll work a treat for that. It'll just basically have a base water which is completely zero in anything in it, and you can add your salts and stuff and make your beer exactly how you want it with the same readings every time. But today I'm going to install it. I've got a few things I've got to work out. Look, as you can see, I do my filming from this point. And to me, this is really the only place I can actually put this water filter in. So I'm going to remove my camera, which is on a magnet, take out the bracketry for it. Actually, this camera here, I rarely ever use it anymore. It just sits there. Sometimes I'll use it, but not all the time. I'll remove this stand because I just don't need it anymore. So that will come off. All the bracketry I made for that, all out of bits and pieces I could find. I'm going to remove my hose holder because I do need it, but it doesn't need to be up there anymore, and I can't have it up there if I'm going to put this water filter in. I've been meaning to do this for like a while. I might get rid of that beer sign as well because that's where it's going to sit basically in this area. I can put this sign somewhere else. So now the idea is to put this up here so it's up out the way and I can use it as my filtering system, permanent filtering system. So what we've got are these two holes. I'm just going to put a screw through, hang her up. It's not going to be that difficult. I might put it around about there, I think. Low enough, but not too high, if that makes sense. So just mark the point. Just mark the spot. Right there. One screw. Eyeball it, make sure it's straight. About right. Like that. Right. So I've got to measure this pipe. Well, what I'm going to do, I've got this hose and I'm going to make a connector that goes to the end of this hose so that we can disconnect it and connect it when we need it. It actually comes with a connector, so you can join it straight into the unit here. That goes in there, locks in. Hopefully that will seal. I don't know. We'll have to try it. Probably won't because it feels loose. Doesn't feel like a good connection, that one. Oh, there we go. Now it is. I got it in wrong, so I got to push it really tight. I'm going to bring a pipe around here, and I'll plug it into that. Firstly, these are quick connects. That there says inlet, and I've got my pipe. I have a pipe cutter, so I'm going to cut that straight. Firstly, though, I'm going to push this one into it. A bit of, oof, there we go. That's in, and I'm going to run it around. So what I've got is this pipe. I just want to have it hanging over. Now, I can't find my tube cutter, so I've got a big sharp knife. So I'm going to cut it with that. We need to make sure we're pretty square and very neat with the cut. Just like that. Very clean cut. So if you look at it, it's a nice clean cut. So what we have to do now is push this connector, that quick connect here, into the pipe, just like that. Pushed in. And that's our hose connection for the inlet. Now I'll cable tie all that down. So now I've just ran it down here. It's going to be our inlet. It's just going to be hanging loose like that. This is how it is. It's how I'm doing things. I might one day put a U-clamp here, maybe like that. And then I can just plug into it. I really don't know. One day I'll pop a bracket in. Sentry RO DI systems create a completely clean water profile using food-grade deionizing DI resin. This pure baseline allows brewers to build custom mineral profiles from scratch. Many Australian water supplies, especially the East Coast, now use chloramines. Chloramines last longer than chlorine and resist standard filtration. Standard carbon filters, RO membranes, and DI resins cannot remove them. A solid mid-range Sentry system equipped with the catalytic carbon block is required to safely eliminate chloramines. While all Sentry units produce the same high quality water, pricing varies based on 3 core parameters. Production, how quickly the system generates pure water. Pre-filter quality, the efficiency of the filters protecting the RO membrane. The Sentry Pro 3 DJ Reverse Osmosis DI system is an excellent choice for clean slate water profile. Because it is a high volume, portable mini-stage unit, it drops your total dissolved solids TDS by 100%, giving you total control over your brewing additions. So the next part I have to do is run a pipe from this here, which is the waste fluid. Now I'm just going to do a tube going from the outlet straight into my sink, and it's just going to drain out into maybe the garden, which won't hurt it, and the rest of it's which is the main water that I want to keep, will go into a container of some type. Today I'm just going to run it and test it, so we'll see how that goes. You know, they've given us plenty of water, plenty of tubing, lots of it, so eventually I'll run it down somewhere and maybe pop it into my piping underneath the bench. But now, just leaving it like this. This could be moved, so I'm not going to go nuts with it. Whenever you work with cables or tubing, it's always the same thing. They tangle up on everything, tangle up on themselves. It's crazy. But that's that one. And now what I've done is I've arranged the wastewater to go into the sink, and I've got another pipe that I have to put in, and I also have the other end of the hose, where the other part is going to go in here, right in here, right in that place. This is produce. That's what you're going to use to actually use for brewing. That's in. That is my produce pipe. This is my outlet. I'm going to leave this pipe longer, nice and long. So the idea is I can actually drop the clean fluid straight into my fermenter. So I'll leave that long, and it'll just get packed up when I'm not using it. For now, I'm just going to test it that way, and it will be obviously fixed up later, and I'll probably mount it underneath the bench out the way. But for now, I just want to use it, see what it's like, and I'll fix it up later. The other thing I made sure of, I'll put the resin in the resin side, and I put the CTO in the CTO side, which is the, that's just a carbon filter, and that's a resin filter, so it runs through the whole thing. So I've made sure that they're tight, and I guess we're ready to put the water on, see if there's any water leak. We'll grab this pipe though. If you notice, I put the hose over this side now, because it's just more practical. But for now, I'm just going to put it all in the sink, as much as I can anyway. So if it does leak, it'll leak into the sink. And we'll just see how things work, if it runs. We've got to run it for 5 minutes, they say, to get all the excess charcoal out. So I'm just running it all into one area, and I'm going to just crank it on and see what happens. You ready? It's running through, can't see any leaks yet. Whoop, these things going on. No water going through. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oops. That's the wastewater running. Where's the main water? Hey, nothing coming out. Have I done something wrong? I just closed this flush valve. Don't know what it's for yet. I'll have to read up about it. I'm just waiting for something to happen.
The delay while waiting for pure water to start flowing is because the unit first needs to fill the filter housing labelled M Resin. As RO units are slow without accumulator tanks, this can take a few minutes. This unit has a larger resin filter, so it can take a little longer.
You can hear it. Everything running through the filters. But nothing's coming out of the clean water yet. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, look at that. I guess that's the wastewater, is it? Yeah, is that supposed to do that? That's the waste side. Is it supposed to be coming out that fast? And why isn't there anything coming out of the other end? What have I done wrong? Right, that's inlet. I've got a problem here. I've got no water coming out of waste, out of the oh, hang on. Yes, I have. It's starting to come out now. Oh, look at that. It's starting to come out. Wow. That took a while. I guess it's got to pump through all the filters and everything, doesn't it? So I've got air coming out, I can see. We'll give it some more time. We'll let it do its thing. Looks like the air's coming out. My guess is, like I said, run it for 5 minutes and it should flush out all the air and go from there. As I'm sure you could see, the speed of it was pretty slow. It's basically pure filtered water that you want. Now these things you can actually buy a barrel, a drum, and it will fill up that drum and then you can serve yourself a drink easier from that. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get clean, pure water out of this. And that's what I'm going to do. All right, well, if you guys are looking for a product like this, these guys have given me a code down below to have a look at it and see how we go. And I urge you, if you want to get pure beers and get the same flavour every time or similar flavour every time, it's not always going to be the same, you will need an RO filter system, which will clean your water up so much that you won't taste anything that's in that water. It'll be part of the beer that you're making. All right, I'm just intervening for a sec. I have moved the unit. I've moved it from this wall here and put it down underneath my bench. I did that, it took me about an hour, and cut a hole in the outlet pipe for the sink to disperse the wastewater into my garden. And I can disconnect that and put it into a container and fill it up and use it for other things as well if I need to. But it's just wastewater, so that's going out there. Also, the guys at Sentry sent me a TDS meter. It's a total dissolved solids meter. So basically it measures the total solids of the water. Now I'm going to measure my tap water, main tap water, without filtering, and then I'm going to measure the filtered water that the RO filter does. So let's have a go at it. So what I have is a couple of glasses, these two, that one. That one's already got tap water in it, just from the tap. You can smell the chlorine and chloramine in there. It's not much there, but there's some in there. And I've got a full clean glass that I want to put RO water in. We'll test it doing that. All right, let's do it. So the RO system is filling up this glass at the moment. So I'll let that fill up to the same height. And we'll do some measurement. I might actually measure this one first, which is the RO, see how much parts per million it has, and transfer it over to the other one because it'll be cleaner. It won't be as contaminated when I do it. Now, this is not foolproof. This is pure clean water up to about 99%. It's not always going to be perfect. You've got to understand that, but it's going to be so much better than just tap water. We'll get our RO meter out. Now, these guys kindly gave this to me. They just said, we'd like you to do a bit of a test. And I said, yeah, sure, I can do that. And all it is. So what we've got are little terminals here. They're your sensors. And they sense how much particles between each point or each pole. The more resistance, the more particles it has. That's how it works out, pretty much. All I do is just throw it into this glass. I'll just dip it into the RO water first. Hello? We've got no reading at all. Can you see that? No reading. No, it's zero. 0 parts per million. That's actually surprising, to be honest. Now let's check out our house water. Let's see what that comes up with. Okay. Leave it there for a sec. Right, it's on hold. I would have thought
It's 49 parts per million. Look at that. I would have thought that it would have had something in there. I'll go back to the other one. We'll try that again. Back in. It's picking no parts per million. It's picking nothing up. Look. Nothing. 0. Holy crapamoni. Now, of course, that is only two decimal places or 1 decimal place. It's not 3 decimal or 4 decimal places. So it's going to have some particles in it, but they're so minute that you can't read it. And that's, for me, brilliant. That is a clean, clear, pure enough water to brew with. And I think we're going to be right. Like I said, it's not always perfect. The brew will have some things in it. I mean, you're going to add your own in anyway, and this is what the reason you do this for is to start off with the best base water you can start with. Now, water is very important in brewing. This RO system basically can be used for fish tanks, so you can add your own minerals in a fish tank to minimise the chlorine and chloramine. It's just another better way to brew a better beer. So yeah, hopefully you like it. Just one more thing. I installed a new tap system. So this is my original hose. Now you remember the RO system was up here, as you saw in this video. Now I've hooked up a new tap system. I wanted to be able to use this hose for, washing, cleaning, doing stuff. Maybe everything I do other than brewing. This is my RO tap. So that will actually go from my filler meter into my split tap system, down into my RO system, which is now under the sink, as I showed you. And we also have a tapped outlet pipe for the wastewater. Over here in the back corner, you can just see in the dark here, there's pipes running down. There are 2 pipes. One's the inlet and the other one's the outlet going back up. And the RO system itself is under here, safely out the way now. And that's what I like. It's all out the way. You won't see it. So guys, just remember, I don't get anything for this. This is just a pure video for you guys to learn what's available out there. Look, click on the link down below. If you're looking for something like this, these are the guys to go to. Talk to the guys there and they will give you some more information. Tell them what you want to do, what kind of achievement you want to make, and they'll recommend the right unit for you. Just do it. It's really good and it's worth it. Cheers guys. Remember, use Simple Home Brew 10%. Link below. Okay, I'd like to thank the guys from Sentry for sending this unit to me for free. And it's not disclosure. Look, it's the only unit I've ever used. I do reach out to all companies, and the one that comes back to me is the one I promote and show. Guys, hope you liked this video. Hope it was a good one for you, and hope you learned something. I certainly did. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See you in the next brew. Cheers. Have a great one.
The filter material is rolled up like a paper towel roll. The holes in the material are so incredibly tiny that they can only be seen with a powerful scientific telescope. They are so small that the single drop of water has a hard time squeezing through on its own. Because the holes are so small, normal gravity won't work. Your home's tap water pressure acts like a giant plunger, forcing the water against a rolled up screen with high pressure. When the pressurized tap water hits the screen, it is immediately split into 2 completely different paths. The pure path. The only pure, tiny water molecules are small enough to pass through the microscopic holes. Once they get through, they spiral inward to the very center of the roll. They collect inside the hollow middle tube and flow out to your brewing bucket. The rubbish path, all the heavy minerals, salts, chlorine, chemicals, and metals are simply too big to fit through those holes. They get bounced away from the screen. To stop those trapped minerals from instantly clogging up the screen, the system uses a clever trick. It consistently sweeps a portion of the incoming water across the front of the screen to wash the blocked minerals away. This dirty water flows straight out into the system's wastewater down the drain. Keep the filter clean and work for a long time.